Everyone, and welcome to First Coast Living. I'm Casey DeSantis.
And I'm Matt Pittman, in for Curtis.
Curtis, who we've been talking about, where in the world is Curtis? Like, where on the globe is Curtis? And we haven't been able to get an update because none of us here have Snapchat. But Matt Pittman does.
Yeah, believe it or not, last Friday when you were feeling sick, so you weren't able to be here. He tried to FaceTime me during the show.
He did, from Vietnam?
No, before he was in Thailand. He was in Thailand. Right now he's in Vietnam, and then he'll head back over to Thailand and be in the south of Thailand until he comes back, and I think he'll return next Friday.
And he's having fun, isn't he?
He's having a blast. It's typical Curtis. I knew he's on vacation because he has the vacation beard going on. And
it just that look of like, I have no cares in the world. I'm just going to go see the countryside.
He did send me one picture, and it was the title of it. He just said, if there's one thing in common between every country around the world, it's beer. That's what he said.
I'm sure he went. Why am I not surprised he went right to the pub? He's like, I'm going to go get a nice frosty malt beverage, and I'm sure we'll see lots of pictures when he gets back.
He would make fun of you if he heard you say that.
It's a common phrase, right? Frosty malt beverage. Okay, we have children in the audience.
There we go.
Not that it matters. Okay, so we're both pretty big dog lovers. I know that your girlfriend is an avid dog lover. She has a business up on Springfield.
Right. She loves dogs so much, she opened a store called Bark.
Yes.
So
there you go. That pretty much says it all. Well, this story will touch the hearts, really, of any animal lover, for that matter.
That's right. A man here in the Sunshine State has reunited with his dog, who was lost for 5 years until after the aftermath of Hurricane Irma. Rachel Polanski reports.
Beneath these Gulf waves, long-lost treasures wait to be found.
5 years ago in June, they got out. Didn't come back for a day or two. I contacted the Animal Services.
Pete Mayer lost his yellow lab Whizzer 5 years ago on Fort Myers Beach.
A lot of people figured he was dead, washed up in the back bay or whatever. But yeah, there was a glimmer of hope that I'd see him again.
But over the years, that glimmer faded. Until 3 weeks ago, when Hurricane Irma ripped through southwest Florida.
When Animal Services called me, and then she says, yeah, we have Whizzer, I really couldn't even talk. I was so choked up.
Oh, Wizzy.
His fur a little grayer.
I recognized him right away.
But his eyes haven't aged.
It's a relief that he's just home.
Good boy.
A Good Samaritan found the 14-year-old dog lying in a puddle here on the beach and brought him to Lee County Domestic Animal Services.
Whizzer was microchipped. Pete came very quickly, I do believe within an hour, to get Whizzer.
He couldn't even lift his head, and he had gone from 90 pounds down to 55 pounds.
Whizzer was probably kept by somebody for the past 5 years. Whizzer wasn't wandering around the streets for 5 years.
Whoever had him all this time didn't treat him well. Whizzer was skin and bones when Pete picked him up.
I don't think anyone thought he was going to last more than a day or two.
But 3 weeks later...
Oh, he does act a little spunkier now.
Whizzer has put on 15 pounds.
Look at him.
And Pete says he's acting like himself again.
That's... Whoa.
A reunion 5 years in the making.
Whizzer's home, thank you, Irma.
And a reminder that even in the worst of circumstances, a glimmer of joy and a treasure can be found.
I know there's a lot of people in rough shape now that don't have power or food or shelter, but for me, it was the best hurricane ever.
5 years later, and then he found his dog. And that just is amazing.
I have a Great Dane Lab, and he's a big guy named Zeus, and he has that same face, so that was
a tug at your heartstrings.
I'm not crying.
Yeah, no, I know. You try to like hide the, put the waterproof mascara on. It works all the time.
It's amazing. You'll probably feel the same way, but it's amazing how dogs turn out to be like your best buds.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can't even imagine with that Bunker and Bogey. And, the key and the moral to the story, and we've talked about it before, and it ties into one of your events coming up over the weekend.
That's right.
Is the microchip. They were able to find him because he had the microchip. And there's an event going on this weekend where you can go and adopt and save a life, right? Your next best friend, and also learn more about microchipping.
It is a packed weekend here on the First Coast, and we'll kick it off with the Mega Pet Adoption event going on over at the Jacksonville Fairgrounds. It already kicked off. As I was driving in to the station, I could see there was at least 50 people already in line this morning to go out and pick out some new best friends. So that's going on today, tomorrow, and on Sunday. You can go to a couple of the Humane Society's websites to check it out. So jackshumane.org is one of them. But again, thousands of pets get adopted at this event I think they do it 2 or 3 times per year.
Yeah.
And so it's great. So if you're looking for that new best friend, here's your chance. Again, go to jackshumane.org to get details, but the Mega Pet Adoption event is officially open.
It's officially open, right over across the street from us.
We'll go from there over to a big festival, again, across the street from us.
That side. There's a lot going on in this area.
Over at Metropolitan Park, it's a 3-day Oktoberfest event, the Florida Oktoberfest. This is the first year to have this, but there's your headliner for on Sunday. That's Dustin Lynch. Tonight's going to be more of cover bands. There's an Eagles cover band, a Journey cover band, and then tomorrow they've got a couple big bands called Citizen Cope is one of the bands, Neon Trees, but right there Dustin Lynch is probably your biggest one of the weekend. You can go to thefloridaoktoberfest.com to get details. There are daily ticket prices, like $40 per day, but I recommend you just spending $60 getting a full weekend pass. But there'll be some amazing food. It's Oktoberfest, you should have guessed that. So some food, some beer, and enjoy it over there, thefloridaoktoberfest.com for details there.
And now getting into this time of season when we get into Halloween, at all of this, the Halloween horror houses that people say are awesome, which I'm not.
You'll probably guess why I picked this one, because it's over at Anheuser-Busch.
Oh,
it's the Haunted Brewery zombie hunt that's going to be going on, but this is huge. You can go to thehauntedbrewery.com to get details, but it kicks off this weekend. They'll do it every Friday and Saturday. One of our producers, Chanel, is going to go, so hopefully she'll have a good report. But the Haunted Brewery zombie hunt.
The brewery, what do they do? They turn the brewery into a haunted maze or something?
Yeah, there's like
there's
4 different little attractions at the brewery.
Okay.
So there's the haunted house, and then there's a zombie hunt. But tonight's going to be really cool. I'm jealous that Chanel's going, because tonight they're doing their Freaky Friday food truck competition.
Oh, there you had me. You had me at food. I would go for that one.
So again, you can go to thehauntedbrewery.com to get details there. These guys were on our show the other day. The Filipino Pride Day is tomorrow over at the Jacksonville Landing. So you can head over there. JacksonvilleLanding.com has all the details. It'll be going from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. Fun day, and it's free. The Jacksonville Landing always has some fun events, so head over there tomorrow. Last but not least, I'm a huge supporter of local small businesses here in Jacksonville.
Sure.
I love to see it. So this weekend over at the Glass Factory. The Glass Factory is downtown. It's an event space that they can do weddings and all kinds of cool stuff. Well, they have the Makery this weekend, so they're bringing a bunch of cool vendors. Local small business owners are going to be set up tomorrow and on Sunday. So head over there. Check it out on Facebook. Just look up the Glass Factory on Facebook. But a fun event, $5 gets you in, and then you get to buy some cool stuff.
Awesome. Cool. Lots of fun stuff. And also this weekend, by the way, the Miami at FSU game, you can watch it on WJXX, the digital channel 25.2, or Comcast 201, Saturday at 3:30, FYI, for all those FSU fans.
Are you a fan?
I'm a Gator, not a hater, and I know there's a bunch of people in the audience who are Gators today.
I see.
You can hear them?
yells?
I know. So I know my audience.
Wait, let's see what I get.
Except for this one too. There's that one.
I graduated from Auburn.
Okay.
Crickets. Crickets.
Listen, I'm a Buckeye, all right?
Okay, there you go.
I'm a Buckeye, but I'm a Gator, not a hater. Yes, you can be both. Urban Meyer proved it. Coming up, they are working hard to raise funds to help find a cure. The Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation is holding a really big event to raise money and awareness, and they need your help. Details on the annual Miracles Gala is coming up next. There we go.